All right, these are the notes for E.2 slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. M stands for slope. B stands for the y-intercept. The x is just the independent variable where you can put your inputs, and the y is the dependent variable where you get your outputs. So anytime you have an equation in slope-intercept form, there should always be y there should always be x, and m and b will be numbers. So we're going to take these equations and we're going to solve them for y. We're going to get them to slope-intercept form, or y equals mx plus b form. So this first one, to get y by itself, get rid of the x first, so subtract x, and y equals x term first, negative x, then your constant of positive 4, so plus 4. And that would be in y equals mx plus b. Next one, get y by itself, so get rid of the x first. And left with negative y equals negative 2x. And then I have a minus 3, so minus 3. I can't combine those two because they're not like terms. So I have to write them separately. We put the x term first because the x term is first in slope-intercept form. Now, we don't have y by itself yet because this is a negative 1y. So we have to do everything divided by the negative 1 to get rid of it. So y equals negative 2 divided by negative 1 is positive 2, so 2x. Negative 3 divided by negative 1 is positive 3, so plus 3. And there's our equation in slope-intercept form. All right, last one. Get rid of the x first, so minus 5x. So I have 3y equals negative 5x plus 6, and then divide everything by 3. So y equals negative 5 divided by 3. Doesn't divide, so keep it as a fraction and put the x after. Plus 6 divided by 3 is 2. And there's our equation in slope-intercept form. All right, so let's write some equations in slope-intercept form. Use the information to write an equation in slope-intercept form. So again, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. M is your slope, b is your y-intercept. So this first one, we're having a slope of 3, a y-intercept of negative 2. So m is 3, b is negative 2. So our equation would be y equals 3x, because it's mx, and then plus b, but our b is negative, so we just do minus 2. And there's our equation in slope-intercept form. For number 2, slope of 1/4, a y-intercept is 0. So our slope, m, is 1/4. Our y-intercept, b, is 0. So it'll be y equals m, which is 1/4, x plus b, so plus 0. Now, adding 0 doesn't do anything, so really we could rewrite this as y equals 1/4 x, and we don't even need the plus 0. So I want you to pause here and try number 3 on your own. So for number 3, our equation should be y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 4/5. All right, now we're going to look at two graphs and write the equations in slope-intercept form from the graph. So slope-intercept form, we need the slope, m, and we need the y-intercept, b. So that's the information we need to find. Let's find our y-intercept first. So your y-intercept is where your line crosses the x-axis. So where these intersect, which is right there. This point here, that's our y-intercept. So that's the point 0, negative 4. So our b is negative 4. Then for our slope, we need to pick two nice points. So I see another point there. And we got to find the rise and the run. First, let's determine if it's a positive, negative, 0, or undefined slope. So to do that, think of slope dude. Slope dude moves left to right. He hits a slope. This slope he hits and he goes uphill. That would be a positive slope. So our slope is positive, so it's going to be a positive number. Then let's find our rise and our run. So the rise between these 2 points is 1, 2 boxes, and the run is 1 box. So rise over run, 2 over 1 reduces to 2. So now we have our slope and our y-intercept. We put it into y equals mx plus b. Y equals m, so 2 times x, plus b, well, it's a negative 4, so we do minus 4. And that's the equation of that line. So for number 5, again, slope-intercept form. We need the slope, we need the y-intercept. So the graph crosses the y-axis at 0, 6, so our y-intercept is 6. And then we need to pick one more point. Let's pick this one to find our slope. First, let's determine if the slope is positive, negative, 0, or undefined. So slope dude moves left to right. He hits this slope. He's going downhill. So our slope is negative. So we're going to make this fraction negative. Let's draw the right triangle between the points to find our rise and our run. So our rise, the up and down, is 1, 2 boxes. And the run is 1, 2, 3 boxes. So slope is rise over run. We get a slope of negative 2/3. So our equation then is y equals m, so negative 2/3, times x plus b, so plus 6. And there's the equation of our line. Now we're going to do the reverse of that. We're going to graph from slope-intercept form. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at our equation, make sure it's in slope-intercept form, and then pull out the information we need, and we're going to put it on a graph. So this first equation, y equals 1/2 x minus 5. Y is by itself, so it's in slope-intercept form. So let's figure out what's the slope and what's the y-intercept. Well, the slope would be here. That's the m. So our slope is 1/2. And then our y-intercept is here. It's the b. It's just negative 5. So our y-intercept is the point 0, negative 5. We need to start at the y-intercept. We have to start at a point. So 0, negative 5 is where we're going to start our graph. And then our slope, 1/2. Slope is rise over run. So 1 is our rise, so we're going to go up 1. And our run is 2, so we're going to go to the right 2. So if I start at this point, I go up 1 to the right 2, and I get that point. And then I, from that point, do it again, and again, and again, and again, until I can't anymore. I go back to my y-intercept, and I do the opposite. I go down 1 to the left 2. And look how that's still making a straight line till I can't anymore. And I've got the graph of my line with arrows at the end. All right, let's do that again for this next one. So y equals negative 3x plus 1. This is in slope-intercept form. Y is by itself. So we can graph by finding the slope and the y-intercept. Our slope is the number in front of x, so negative 3. And our y-intercept is the constant, which is 1. So we got to start at the y-intercept of 1, or 0, 1. And then we look at our slope, negative 3. Slope, again, is rise over run, which is a fraction. So let's write negative 3 as a fraction. So that'd be negative 3 over 1. So our rise is negative 3. That means we're going to go down 3. And our run is 1, so to the right 1. So starting at our y-intercept of 1, we go down 3 to the right 1. And we do it again and again until we can't. And we come back to our y-intercept and do the opposite and go up 3 to the left 1, up 3 to the left 1, up 3 to the left 1. And now we can draw our nice straight line through these points with arrows at the end. All right, 2 more examples. Number 3, y equals x. So y is by itself, so it's in slope-intercept form. We need to find the slope and the y-intercept. We don't have any numbers here, but there are invisible numbers here. the coefficient on the x, the number being multiplied by the x, which is m, our slope. So there's not one written, it's 1. So our slope is 1. B is the constant. We don't have a constant written here, but we could write plus 0, and it doesn't change anything. Our y-intercept is 0. So if I start graphing this, my y-intercept is the point 0, 0, so the origin, and then my slope is 1. Remember to write your slope as a fraction. The top number is your rise, so we're going up 1 because it's positive, and then our run is 1 as well, so to the right 1. So starting at the origin, I go up 1 to the right 1, and I keep doing that until I can't anymore. Once I get there and I stop, I go back to my starting point and do the opposite, down 1 to the left 1. And I keep doing that until I can't anymore. Whoa, what just happened? Okay, until I can't anymore. And then we draw a nice straight line with arrows at the end. And that is the graph of y equals x. All right, our last example here. Y is not by itself, so we need to solve this for y. So I'm going to rewrite it over here. X plus 2y equals 4. So first, get the x to the other side. So 2y equals negative x plus 4. And then divide everything by 2. So y equals negative x divided by 2. The coefficient on the x is 1, so it's negative 1 over 2. X, 4 divided by 2 is 2, so plus 2. And there's our equation in slope-intercept form. So let's find our slope and our y-intercept. The slope would be the negative 1/2, and the y-intercept would be the 2. So that's the point 0, 2. So we're going to graph that point. That's our starting point. And then our slope is negative 1 over 2. So that means down 1 to the right 2. So if I do that, I hit this point, and I keep doing it until I can't anymore. And then I do the opposite. I go up 1 to the left 2. And I keep doing that till I can't anymore. And then I can draw the straight line and put arrows at the end. And there's my graph. And that completes the notes for E.2.